Hey, Dr. Deb Schradman here. It is February, and you know what February is? It's a tongue twister. That's what February is. I can never say February, but February is Heart Health Month, and we're going to talk about the heart because I know everybody loves Valentine's Day or hates Valentine's Day. I don't know. I was listening to the radio on the way to work this morning, and they were like, you know what? Everyone should just hate love. And I laughed a little bit and I thought, that's kind of funny because what is this, a Hallmark holiday? But you know what? I always say we should just really take Valentine's Day and think about how grateful and blessed we are to have all the love in our life that we have, and that we have really good, strong, healthy hearts, because our hearts are so important to our health. Our heart beats about 2.5 billion times in a lifetime. Think about that, 2.5 billion times. And interestingly, 1 out of 2 adults have high blood pressure. And that's a huge amount. 50% of adults have high blood pressure. And that really takes a toll on our hearts and our cardiovascular system. As you know, our heart is a part of our cardiovascular system. Let's talk about what the heart does. The heart really pumps our blood so that it can take oxygen to every part of the body. And it not only just carries oxygen, but it fuels us. It takes our hormones and lets them go all over our body. And it also takes compounds and to all of the essential cells in our body. So it does lots and lots of different things. And one of the things that I think is really important to talk about is it actually whisks away all of those bad waste products from our metabolism. And that's even down on a cellular level. So our heart is very, very important. And I think it's super important to talk about this because it really has a never ending workload, right? When our heart stops, we are in big trouble. So we want to work really hard to keep our hearts healthy and pumping and doing everything that it can do as efficiently as it can, because if our hearts fail, we know we've got a big problem because we are then 6 feet under, right? So let's talk about some of the things that can actually cause us to have problems with our heart or cause us to have heart failure. A lot of people hear congestive heart failure, kidney failure can be really related to heart failure. But let's talk about some of the reasons that this happens. Number one, poor diet can be one of the biggest reasons that we have this. Now, I think it's really important to talk about genetics and hearts, because a lot of people think that there is a genetic link to heart issues, heart failure, heart attacks, and things like that. And there is some level of a genetic connection with that, but I always say that lifestyle can actually trump genetics. So, if we know that there are heart issues that run in our family, if we know that there is a genetic component to it, then we've got to be extra careful with our lifestyle. We want to make sure that we are getting enough exercise, because lack of exercise it will impact our ability for our heart to do all of the functions that we talked about earlier. We want to talk about making sure that smoking, which we know is bad for our health, it's bad for our lungs, it causes cancer, but it also impacts the function of our heart. Okay. A lot of people think it's just a lung thing, but it's actually really a heart thing. Also, infections. If you're not eating healthy, if you're not taking care of your body, if you're eating too much sugar, which fuels infection, those infections can actually get to the heart. And if they do get to the heart, sometimes that can lead to death, but it certainly will lead to hospitalization, and it can impact your body to be able to even do the simplest thing like walking to your mailbox and back, because that heart won't be able to pump the way it's supposed to be pumping because it's really busy fighting that infection. And then I talked a little bit about this earlier, but some of us just have unlucky genes, right? You heard me, unlucky genes. But remember what I said, just because you have unlucky genes or a genetic link to heart disease or heart failure. It doesn't mean that A, you have to go down on that sinking ship, and B, that you cannot overcome that with a healthy, wonderful lifestyle. There are a lot of different things that I think of when I'm talking to my patients about heart health and cardiovascular health. And I think I think really looking at lifestyle from a younger age is so important. I know when we're young, we think we're invincible, we can do anything, I don't know about you, but I could stay up all night, get 1 hour of sleep, get up and go to work in the morning and then do it all over again when I was young. I could, eat bad food and not gain weight. I could, I don't know, drink caffeine at 10 o'clock at night and fall right to sleep, wake back up and go about my day. But what I didn't know was that it was actually going to impact my life in the future. And I think through education and really teaching our kids that quality of food, drinking enough water, taking really good quality vitamins, taking care of our hearts, do not smoke, exercise the right way, exercise enough, and really just taking care of yourself will really lend to a lifetime of better heart health. A lot of people think of heart disease as just, having blood pressure issues or cholesterol issues, but there is actually a name for it. And I want to say this so that you guys can understand what it is. Atherosclerosis, that is considered heart disease. High blood pressure, high cholesterol, those things can also damage your heart. And so I think with really getting the knowledge, knowing what you can do to prevent it, knowing if you have a genetic link to it, can really help stop you from getting heart disease to begin with. So I know there is a lot of information on heart disease, but I think it's pretty easy just to kind of break it down. There is a variety of medication that you can take. And in my opinion, sometimes medication is okay. I don't think you should be on it long term unless your heart doesn't beat without it, or unless whatever you do, you can't get your blood pressure down, your cholesterol down, you're healthy, you're a good weight, you're eating good foods, and you just really have such a strong genetic link that it doesn't matter what your lifestyle is. And that's a very, very small percent of people. But those of you that have to take those medications, you're in luck if you really are leading a healthier lifestyle, because it will help your body to detox it out of your system and have the fewest number of side effects that you can. There's lots and lots of different vitamins, too many to really go into, but a really good quality fish oil is excellent. CoQ10 is really excellent. Many, many, many more. There's also actually some medical procedures that they can do in case you are one of those people that didn't realize that you had to not smoke, that you had to take care of your body, that quality of food mattered, that the food and the lifestyle that you're leading wasn't one that was going to take care of your health. And there are people out there that unfortunately don't get the knowledge, don't get the information. So if you are one of those people, there are lots of really good medical procedures that we can have done. And we're lucky to live in a country that has some of the best surgeons and doctors in the world that can really help you with something like that. I know it's a little bit scary, but if there is damage that has already occurred and you get a really great doctor, they can do a surgical procedure, like I said. And there's also devices. People have pacemakers. Sometimes the damage is so bad, they have to have a pacemaker. Sometimes there's I don't know, there's a million different things that can go wrong with the heart, but just know that living a healthy lifestyle is going to help you now and in the future. It's going to help you with some recovery. It's going to help you live healthier longer, and that we do have access to, like I said, some of the best technology and the best doctors in the world to help you get through that. So,
you know what? We're getting to the end of our time together. So if you would like to email me, you can email me at feelbetter@lakepointwellnesscenter.com. You can go to my website at feelbetterhere.com, or you can give me a call at 770-974-5215. We can have a good old-fashioned conversation. Until next time, wishing you loads and loads of health and happiness. Bye-bye.